Half to knock off of his time, put him in contention with old rival Les Zarbo.
Over on the spectator side, that's Kevin Creed with the Mickey Mouse Volvo. Another Pontiac 400 cubic inch engine, sponsored by Kevin Body Repairs. Well, Kevin has been around for some time, and he's really starting to get a bit of success with his car, going a few rounds with it. And a very unusual looking machine, as you've said many times before. That's right, yeah. Quite an unusual train racing car anyway. Peter White getting to the top end first that time around. Looks like a very good run from me.
Previous time was 12.51 and he's down into the 11th. 11.24, 120 miles per hour.
That puts him just 300 behind Les Zarbo. So those two are going to be locking horns somewhere in eliminations, I'm sure. Kevin Creed, just waiting for his time, 12.17 at 110 miles an hour. That puts him in the number 6 spot, and of course Mark Wonstel rather, still in the number 5 position.
Okay, closest to the grandstand then the silver Chevrolet Monza of Martin Grove. Now let's have a quick look and see Martin and Ronnie 1172 the car into the rail. Time and speed as soon as they appear on the computer.
In the meantime, Paul Martinek burning out in the pit side lane with the Bullet Mustang, the moving on Mustang, and that is raw force with Graham Coopey, the Capri over on the far side. Waiting for time and speed, that's 23 first of all, that's Steve Dodd. Martin Grove time first, 12.4 I see for him. S23, detail 12.43, 107 miles an hour. That moves him to number 5 spot.
Well, this Graham Cooper, you should quite rightly say, out there in the right-hand lane, 351 Windsor. That's the man who's running the Windsor power plant in his Capri in the right-hand lane, the raw force car. I always think that the Windsor is just a little bit heavier and not so highly tunable. That's what somebody told me, I think.
I'm pretty certain that the Cleveland is the more desirable one. Again, Graham having problems facing the raw force Capri over there. Just seems to lock the converter up and just crawl through the green light and just bring that third timing speed.
Previous time 14.90, slower that time around 15.06, terminal speed 81 miles per hour. Let's give you a time for Paul Martinek. His previous time 14.05 and 14.12 that time around. Now here's I love this little car. I think this is really.
It's really nice, isn't it? That's the Hot Lemon car, Roger Hatherish.
It's the sort of car that you would like to go down the coast in on a weekend and pose, but you know that every horrible person would try and throw things in it or scratch it or whatever whilst they're on the road. It's the trouble with having such a lovely looking little machine.
Powered by a 289 cubic inch Ford engine. That must be a tight squeeze in a Morris Minor engine bay. And Paul Mitchell S2 with the GS Buick. Paul at the moment sitting in the number 2 spot, just behind Martin Grove, who ran 11.95 then. Paul Mitchell's run 12.22 and 108 miles an hour.
Well, has run the best previously in 11.82. But quite interesting, isn't it, to watch product Alex
Paul Mitchell, his time coming up first, 12.12. So that's a little bit quicker than his previous time, 109 miles an hour, still keeps him in the number 2 spot. And Roger Hatherish, 14.81. So slower again for him, 68 miles an hour.
Well, this is Ray Long, S32 in the lane closest to the main grandstand. This Firebird has run a best of 12.65 here today, in the number 6 position, Ray Long, with that car. And the full top, the very, very quick full top in the right-hand lane.
That's Paul Watson with Grumpy's Toy again, as we said a couple of times today. Up for sale. You could own that machine, and it certainly doesn't hang around. Paul Watson at the moment, sitting in the number 7 spot, 13.27, 98 miles an hour.
Well, Ray Long, if you notice, Steve, had written on the back his index time for that Firebird, 12.90. But I noticed on his last run, he's got, because he was getting out there and putting down exactly 12.90.
That was right. His first run today did that. Then he's run a 12.65, I think. And he's going to get out for that.
Oh, yeah. We'll see whether he backs off a little bit this time around. He's going to go into 11.90. He gets to the top end second that time behind that very, very quick pop. 13.08 for the pop at 100 miles per hour. And that's Paul Watson's best time there. 13.16, so he's quite obviously slowed down. 106 miles per hour in the Firebird.
Right, 2 more cars out there now. John Evans has won the Tokyo Toy. And he's the man that is the number 1. Won our street class last year. And a man that I always enjoy watching. Very unusual combination nowadays. We don't see much of the British engine of any type. It seems to be going towards the V8, Lotus or whatever. But Barry Potter with the Paladin Lotus. He's running in Super Street, has the capability of running down into the 11. Has campaigned that car for many, many years. And I did actually think I saw it for sale a couple of months ago. I think in Drag Racing News. Obviously Barry still owns it.
I really, really don't know. But something that just been pointed out to me here, the Celica GT that forms the basis of the Tokyo Toy has still got the standard wearing advert, I was thinking. Take the talk of the big American
to go through the top end first there. First qualifying run of the weekend. Straight to the 11, 11.23, right into the thick of things. That puts him in the number 2 spot between Les Darbo and Pete White.
Okay, so we carry on. This is George Chiarella coming through here under the tower at the moment, but times and speeds for John Evans just coming through. Previously ran 12.300, now 12.31, so 100th of a second slower at 110 miles per hour.
And over on the far side with the big Dodge there, man has had a great deal of success over the last couple of seasons, Marino Molinari. So Marino with the Plymouth Duster, calls it the Pasma Twister.
Pasta Twister. We have a
spelling mistake in our program. That's the Pasta Twister.
It's the Pasta Twister. It is. And the crew are the Pasta Gang, and that's Roberto Macaroni, Jim Vermicelli, and Paul Ravioli. That's the team, I'm told here. I've got the names.
A tasty bunch of geezers.
Absolutely a tasty bunch of geezers.
Right, Marino Molinari coming into stage. Haven't seen him out here before. I don't think this weekend.
Super Street car number 11.
Well, George at the moment sitting in the number 4 spot with that 11.56. He absolutely storms away there, but goes too quick, of course, because there's a 1090 index in Super Street, but he's just run a 10.47, 127 miles an hour.
It's incredible, isn't it, that? So, it's when you're running to a cut-off point, it's wonderful to go very, very quickly and tell everybody I'll run 10.5 seconds, but not if you've just axed yourself from the elimination.
That's something he's going to have to watch very carefully tomorrow. Just waiting for Marino Molinari's time to come through. 12.84 at 105 miles an hour. That will move him into the number 7 spot.
Okay, Martin Grove back round again then in the Chevy Monza in the right-hand lane, running with a 402 cubic inch Chevy power plant in there. 440 though for Bob Brown and his car of renown.
And
as he has done on this one. 11.91, he's getting quicker again.
Well, right on that 1190 index, that will stand him in good stead for tomorrow.
So let's see how Bob Brown has done this time. 12.16 at 111.
So he's creeping up as well, doing very well indeed. Thanks to the anonymous donor, whoever that was. Good to see that spirit still very, cooperation between races still very much in evidence.
Well, that's the spirit of frenzy, of course.
That's very true.
But we're just trying to discuss the history of this car, and I'm just wondering whether this is the originally built frenzy of Dave Collis, which then passed into the hands of another young man who got a little bit out of shape at the top end with it. It was then sidelined for a while and then came out in the hands of Mick Coombs a little while ago. And it's Mick Coombs, of course, who has bought Tim Cook's old Chevy.
That's right, so look forward to seeing him with that one shortly. First run on the weekend there.
What engine has that?
Any information on it? It's just got the name, it's 6 car, 17, so
well, 11 very well. 11.98, 140.